Cheers, adventurers, and welcome to the Drunken Dragon. I'm Bledic, this is Ferras,
Hello.
and today what we're gonna do is, we've been receiving suggestions from the community, and I wanted to make sure that you guys know that we're listening, that we're reading them, that they're there for something. So basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna read the 6 top voted suggestions, and we're gonna discuss them a bit and keep you up to date. Right, Ferraz?
Yes, we will. We will be like reading the suggestions and trying to answer as much questions as we can. So
Awesome.
welcome.
Epic. All right. Let me just. We're live, so what I'm gonna do is share the link in Discord and Twitter, saying we are live. We
All
are
right.
live for community suggestions reading. Cheers. There you go. All right.
Right.
So let's start with the first one. So the first one reads, well, hold NFT long enough to get tokens for holding enough token. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna read it exactly as it is, but overall the concept is, the suggestion is it'd be cool to have some rewards for holding or hodling the GMAs, the Grandmaster Adventurers. So overall, this was the one that got the most votes, and it's something we actually didn't thought about it, but it does sound very interesting. Specifically, the suggestion says, what about if you hold the Grandmaster Adventurer long enough, you get to be the one that names the adventurer. So it gives like a proper name to the Grandmaster Adventurer. That,
Right.
that's a pretty cool suggestion. That's a pretty epic. Um, I think this will be a great experiment for smart contracts. So as soon as we have smart contracts, this will be possible, and it will allow us to actually start experimenting with some technology that we will need for the game. So I think it's a really good suggestion, and we won't promise anything, but we will consider it for probably next month once smart contracts are settled in the ecosystem. But I think it's a quite epic suggestion. What do you think, Ferraz?
It's a great suggestion. I didn't thought about it, but it's actually very clever way to reward the people who hold their adventurer.
Mm.
But although there is a small downside because if for new players it will be like kind of unfair that they didn't get in the boat like months before. But you have to give something to the people who support us from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty fair, and naming the adventurer, like I think that will be great because it will be like the same name forever, right? It's I
Yeah.
think that will be great. It's a great way to connect with your adventurer. I think it's a very good suggestion.
I guess that there are two flavors we could make. So the first one is a more hardcore one, which is you get to be the one that names it forever. And the second one is with smart contracts, we would be able to make a smart contract that names it or renames it if you've been holding it long enough, right? So let's say 1 month, or I don't know, whatever time we find sensitive, right?
Years. Ah.
Years, yeah. Maybe it takes longer, right, each time?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That'll be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So well, that's a great suggestion, and I think that's a cool future to have even before releasing the game. So then again, yeah, cool suggestion. Thank you guys,
Thank you, guys
guys and gals.
and gals.
Yeah, normally I use guys as a like generic, right? Like guys means both guys and gals, but I guess it's important to say. Yeah, thank you,
You-
adventurers of the Drunken Dragon. Anyway, so the next one, multi-platform, iOS, Android, but as well desktop. What do you think, Jorge? Ferras.
Well, I think, of course, we will definitely will want that because we are hardcore PC gamers since like we were, I guess, 8 years old, or we can even manage a computer. But the thing is that we have to be releasing periodically all of our advancements. So since we decided that we are going to focus on mobile first, so we are going to focus all of our efforts and all the technical how is it called bandwidth we have,
Yeah.
so we can achieve this. So, but of course, we will at some point we will want a desktop version of the game, but we cannot foresee the future right now. We will be developing for mobile first, and then we'll see what we have to do to move to the next level, which that will be the desktop.
Yeah, I think overall the project is moving in the right direction. We've received an overwhelming support. So I eventually once now I think the ball is on our side. We need to start scaling the organization itself. So we've started recruiting. Ferraz as an art director will have some artists on his side. So I, once we start scaling more and more, these things will start becoming more and more feasible, right?
Yep. Also, for the technical side, I think it's easier to do something for mobile and then put it on a PC that has more power, right,
Yeah.
than the other way around. So I think that that's the right way to go, just to guarantee that the game will run on a cell phone. Then it's way easier to ship it to a PC.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I think what we've said before is that I mean the gameplay it really fits mobile, right? So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense as well.
Yeah.
All right, next one. By the way, we have people already in the chat. Hello, everyone. Cool. So next one. So the next one is about a specialization of inns, right? So once everyone is playing in the world, and we're in a shared universe, and a shared map, what the community was suggesting, hey, why don't we have a like what if not every inn is the same type, right? If there's like different roles they can have, and I think we've talked about this before, maybe not, but that's exactly what we want, right? This is one of the things we're planning for, is to have the inns in the world to have a role. So up to now, everything is subject to change, but what up to now what we have in mind is to have this trinity between a specialization of adventuring, and a specialization of crafting and trading, and a specialization of hospitality, right? And the idea is that one produces a service or a product that the other consumes in a triangle, right? So, namely, the adventuring specialization is the one that is really good at going out into the resources of the gather the resources of the world through quests, and then they are able to provide these resources to the trading slash crafting specialization, which then again they can start investing uh, into creating infrastructure of specialized crafting goods, right? Of specialized goods, so like blacksmithing, leatherworking, brewing, etc. Um, and then those should create things that the hospitality specialization will consume. The hospitality specialization it has like more of a support role, right? This is more like the healer. It's like there's gonna be taverns which are really good at receiving adventurers from other players, buffing them up before going into the actual quest, etc. So this is a service that they provide to the adventuring specialization. So the whole triangle is closed in that sense. And in our game, location and time it's super important and super key. So there's gonna be some specializations that will make more sense in some geographical locations than others, right? Like for example, if you're really close to a very dangerous place, let's say like a volcano, like the peak, the Doom Peak or something. This is gonna be a place where you probably want to make a hospitality specialization, right? Because all of the adventurers that want to first they'll have to travel and they'll be wary of traveling, right? So they'll be exhausted. Uh, so they will need to stay somewhere, regain strength, and move up, right, to go and face the challenges ahead. But yeah, so overall, we have in mind these specializations to make it more interesting and to make a rich economy inside the game, right?
Yeah, the idea is like those three like main ways to play the game, and they will feed each other, right? Like, or maybe they will one kill the other, right? And they one has an advantage over the other one, which at the same time has an advantage over the other one. So it will make it like we'll try to make a cool cycle,
Yeah.
so the game won't get stale.
Yeah, indeed. We need to. One of the things we really want to achieve is to have the necessity to either collaborate or um,
Which
be
ones,
against,
right?
in favor or against someone or a group, right? So collaborate or be what is the word I'm looking for, or confront, right? Or be adversarial. So collaborate or be adversarial, right? And the specialization is something that we really think that will unlock that, and hopefully we'll have some, politics going on in the game with alliances and etc.
Yep.
All right, the next one, incisors. So the community here is suggesting to have sizes for the inns, some basic ones, some mediums, or some majestic.
Oh, that's of course a great suggestion. We also was thinking of that, and we want to make sure we listen to you, and of course it will be great to have like different sizes, like for of all of my pixel tiles and all of my adventurers. But the thing is that to be a competitive game, that the way we wanted to build it is that everybody will have this eternal space, this eternal tavern, where you can put all of your stuff and see how it looks, and be a little more free and creative about it. And they'll like in another realm, like the real realm, I guess, the real NFT virtual fantasy world. There will be the taverns, which you won't be able to change as much, because as we want to the world to feel alive, you won't be able to manipulate the space as freely. You will have to space will be another thing you will have to consider when you want to understand the game, when you want to play the game, like decide if you want to be an adventurer, like an adventurer tavern or a crafting tavern or whatever. Like space will also be something to consider, so you won't be able to change it like not as freely as in your eternal tavern with your all of your stuff that you're putting on. So we want the player to feel more a decision making expert, right? Time managing, space managing, adventure people managing. So you will be
Yeah,
managing all
geographical
this stuff.
location.
Location managing, of course, maybe climate managing, like right. So you will have to all these things, all this chaos, and you will have to like bring order and play it to your advantage, right?
Yeah, strategic, right? So strategy is what we want to bring or create or make the opportunity for.
Yeah.
And
So there will be like very different sizes in the tavern, but you don't know what you're getting. So maybe you will get a big tavern, maybe you get a small one, but very popular one. So in a big city or a very big one in like in the middle of nowhere. So you don't know what you're getting when you play like the tavern in game.
yeah, and geographical location will definitely have a big impact regarding, like, there's gonna be metropolis, there are gonna be big cities, and they're gonna be like smaller, right? And one of the objectives is to have trade-offs between having in near or in a big metropolis, or outside, like really on the wilds, right? So in the metropolis one, you probably have the advantage that it's going to be easy to access, a lot of trading. Possibly you'll be able to have the biggest inns in these places, but you're gonna be far away from the adventure, right? And the ones that are further into the wilds, they're gonna be more size restricted. They're gonna maybe have extra dangers around them. They're gonna be hard to access. They're gonna be far away, but they're gonna be close to the adventure, right? So then again, strategy, right? Where do you want to have your in? You wanna be a businessman, or you wanna, be the spearhead of the adventure, right?
Yeah.
So, so yeah, awesome. Um, this is a great game. It would be awesome if you could include pets, like dragons, wolf, phoenix, etc. So I think we've received this several times, this suggestion, and overall, of course we love it. We love the idea of having pets. There's a challenge on scaling or artistic or art pipelines, to have them, but as soon as we can, we probably will do it. And as I said, I think it just fits perfectly our game, because we want, this is a perfect reward for quests, right? Because it's something that won't break the balance of the game, because pets might be only you're for just for collectible reasons, just for aesthetics. They're great, right? They're the perfect NFT or FT reward, right? As I said before, like, what if, like, getting like a specific Dragon Link pet from like a really hard specific mountain, and you have to like make like these really dangerous quests, and then, if you're one of the only ones that have that, then that's, super cool. So we love the idea of pets, that's for sure. We won't have them right away at launch, but probably eventually.
Definitely, yeah. I will love also the idea of pets. Like having a pet like in your tavern. Like imagine how cool it would be. Like you're gonna visit your friend's tavern. You don't know what's in there, and you arrive and there's like a lot of pets, a lot of
Yeah,
adventures. The head of a dragon. You know that makes you like very at awe. You know
yeah,
that make the tavern feel alive. That would be great, man. Pets are awesome. I love pets.
What pets would you like to have, Ferraz?
Definitely like wolf. A wolf. I'm a wolf guy. A dragon. I think they're pretty dangerous, so I'm gonna go with wolf and maybe an imp. Like the one that the number six weapon on the warlock. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
warlock. Right?
the imps definitely. No,
Yeah, I will go an imp.
to be honest, we will probably have the pets sooner than later because we already have like pixel tiles and well, the Grandmaster Adventurer, right? That which also has a pet. Uh, so we'll definitely do our best for this. This is one of the features that we are most excited for. But then again, as always, Drunken Dragon Games is going to be very focused on delivering, which means we'll prioritize on core features first and throw them to and deliver them into your hands as soon as possible for you to experiment for us to learn and to keep growing.
Yeah. People are in the chat. They're saying Wolf Warren will not be happy. He's totally right. It's like, what? You have my cousin here as a pet? You know?
Well, there's monkeys, right? So I think
Yeah. Monkey pet. So and we're not offended. So yeah, you're right.
yeah, yeah, we'll have monkeys for pets as well, proto humans.
With the humans.
Awesome. Um, all right, so we're doing the six most voted, which means we're gonna go for the last one. But remember, we have a channel in Discord where you can post these suggestions and vote on them. So I really encourage everyone who wants to participate to go to Discord and make your suggestions, but especially check other people's suggestions to it so that they get upvoted and we get to check them out. We'll of course want to go through like all of them, but we've been crazy overloaded in work right now. So we'll eventually check them all, but at least we have a method of prioritization. All right, the last one. So this one is definitely for Ferraz. This is about pixel art. So timeless look. Pixel art is aging very well, but there are some new approaches to give it a modern twist. Uh, Take a look at Octopath Traveler. Merging 2D with 3D can result in awesome looks. There are even YouTube tutorials, yeah, etc. Um, so I think it's even beyond like merging 2D with 3D. But Ferraz, tell us.
Well, I think we're gonna change everything, all of the game to 3D, like high definition. Paul, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, ray tracing.
No, no, no. I've seen in Octopath Traveler, of course. It's a great reference. We will actually we talked about like a week ago with one of the game developers that we should do some testing trying to mimic the Octopath Traveler look because it's amazing. And since we're using, can I say that the engine we're using? I can, right?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Okay. So we since we're using Unreal Engine, and Unreal Engine gets great. It's great for illumination, for lighting. So we want to try like very cool things with light using the Unreal Engine system. And also we want to combine this thing, this theory of the creators of Old Boy. I think it's called Pad Studio, D-Pad Studio, something like that. They made this theory called high bit theory about pixel art, which was saying that pixel art got to a certain level when it reached the Super Nintendo, and suddenly people stop doing pixel art because they can do 3D now. But some of the indie developers recently they decided to take again the pixel art, but take it to the next level, like using the advantage of technology, so to make like I guess you can call it high definition pixel art, because you can have a lot of detail, but at the same time it feels like this old old feeling, like nostalgia feeling, but very cool art. Like for example, in those days, you cannot have like more than 32 colors, including shadows. But now you can have all the colors you want. So developers now, and we want to be included in that list, are exploiting the technology to have pixel art in the next level with illumination, color, and I guess full type of animation, like good quality animation.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is why we chose pixel art, because we're in love with this new genre, right? It's not about the old; it's about the new. It's about what new artistic, how we can evolve this artistic genre even further with new technology, right? Then again, here we're looking at some examples, right? How we use, how one can use like modern engine lighting with pixel art just looks amazing. Yeah, like we can achieve so much more. This the last night. I mean, this just looks so
It's
great,
great
right?
that yeah, the last night.
So for us, we really want to create a great experience, a memorable experience from being in the tavern, in the inn. We're always talking about how it should be cozy, it should inspire certain feelings of community, and of course we're just gonna exploit Unreal Engine and the pixel art of Ferras to do something epic, right? So really, I'm really excited to see where we can take all of this. It's gonna be epic, guys. Adventurers. Awesome, Ferraz. Do you have
Yeah.
any last thoughts for this stream?
Um, just again to appreciate how much love you have for this project, and that all the suggestions. It feels great to have suggestions because sometimes you're developing a game and you have to answer to yourself all of these questions and take so many decisions that sometimes you feel that you don't know what you're doing, and having suggestions gives you like a clear thing that people will want, especially if they vote like, oh yeah, yeah, that's a good suggestion, and they have like a lot of votes. It give us a lot of a clear path to proceed with the ideas.
Yeah,
So thank you.
definitely. It feels like we're creating this together, and
Yes,
I think that's
exactly.
awesome. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, um, we really want to create an awesome community, because in the end these are the persons you're gonna be playing with, right? And I think one of the most beautiful things about video games and Dungeons and Dragons and all of these things is the persons you play with, right? So I think all of these epic experiences, we just want to create the space for you to live epic experiences, and that will not just come from the game, but from the people that you play it with, right? So I think it's great that we have so many proactive members of the community. The innkeepers, the 5 moderators that we have, they came from the community. They've been amazing, so proactive. We've already started having like fan art pixel tiles. We're starting to have like fan fiction for the lore, which we have in Discord, and this is amazing, right? And we're gonna see this, and of course we're gonna be inspired by you and somehow um, affected by the input that you give us massively, right? So please, if you want, if you create some fan art for the pixel tiles for the concepts that we have, if you're a dungeon master and want to write some stories around the world we're creating, hopefully soon we're creating a map right now of the world. So we'll be also developing the lore around the universe that we're creating, and yeah, and if you all start inputting like epic things, we'll feel obliged to start adding it to our world, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, uh, thank you everyone for joining in. Please check out the Discord. Check out our new webpage, and we'll see you at the end of the month. Something that we'll be doing is this. At the end of the month, we'll be having developer updates, live streams. I'm really looking forward to making the September one because a lot of things are happening, but we'll wait for the end of September to show you what's been going on. Um, and I guess we'll see you at the Drunken Dragon.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. See you in the Drunken Dragon. See you at the end of the month again with the update.
Cheers.
Peace out.
Bye.